This isn't unique. This actually happened with the tax cuts in the Bush administration, and the Obama administration subsequently did adopt most of those to kind of keep the continuity. The Congress, the thing that they're best at doing is nothing. So there's certainly a good possibility that this could happen. Okay? If that were to happen, then what that would mean is the corporate tax would actually stay the same because that was a separate provision, and that is a permanent provision. But they also doubled the exemption amount for estate tax. That would go back to approximately half of what it is that's exempt from the state tax. The marginal rates would go back up. The state and local tax deductions would be restored. The larger standard deduction would go away, which means that maybe more people would itemize and those exemptions would come back. One of the things that I try to explain to people as a financial planner is, regardless of what happens, I can work with people, you know, CPA if he joins or whatever, I'm sure to say the same thing. We work with what the laws that they have. Another thing that is in the current tax law was something called, which is qualified business income. Many of you may be familiar with this. The idea is that there's a lot of businesses, the income passes through to the business owners, such as partnerships, sole proprietorships, S corps, and because of that, they're taxed at the owner's rate. And often that may be higher than they might have paid at a corporate tax rate or otherwise. So the idea behind it, especially for real estate, was that this would lower their tax burden by lowering some of those costs. So you get a savings for the pass-through entity. It's kind of convoluted, but the idea is that was a way to help out business. At the end of the day, for a lot of people, it ended up being a wash. You paid a little less here, you paid a little bit more here. My taxes didn't really change very much, so like, yeah, the marginal rate went down, but we lost the personal exemption. We used to itemize, so we lost some of that, but then I got some savings for self-employment income. So let's think about the election. It's a very hot climate, unfortunately, these days, so this isn't designed to be a political discussion. Everybody has their own views.